Right now it's 6. Fall is here, but get ready for our first freeze of the season. Stacy Lee with your first alert forecast. Also,
I'm Monique Ledesma with Apple Valley News Now. Coming up, find out why the city of Pasco is having a heat wave of gratitude for their firefighters. All that and more coming up.
Coming up tonight on Apple Valley News Now, a comedian, professional caddy, and ESPN personality is in town. Find out why coming up.
This is Apple Valley News Now at 6 on your side.
joining us, I'm Austin Reed, and we start with breaking news. One person has been arrested after a very serious car crash on Edison Street in Kennewick. The crash involved an SUV and what looks like a motorcycle. One person was taken by ambulance. Injuries are unknown at this time. The southbound lanes of Edison near Kamiakin High School, where the crash happened, is shut down at this hour, and the crash is under investigation. Updates, go to applevalleyNewsNow.com. In the meantime, the National Weather Service has issued the very first widespread freeze of the season for many parts of our viewing area. Temperatures will plummet into the teens and 20s over the mountains and in the mid-20s to mid-30s in the lower elevations. So let's get right to First Alert forecaster Stacy Lee. She joins us live from our Weather Center with the very latest. Stacy.
That's right. We actually have a view of that crash that you mentioned, Austin, right here in front of the Apple Valley News Now studio. And they're starting to mop up and do their investigation. So that's where that happened. 60 degrees right now. The skies are starting to clear. A few clouds floating around. Winds are down to Zippo. So those winds we've had all day starting to finally move out of the area. This was the temperatures elsewhere around the area. Look at that. We're already down to 50 as that cold front starts to move into our area. 60 in Tri-Cities, 54 Walla Walla. This was the view this morning at White Pass. I know my skiing friends are getting excited. Looks like maybe a couple of inches fell up in the mountains this morning, and we're going to see even more showers and snow showers in the Cascades overnight tonight. Temperatures dropping down into the freezing level with freeze warnings in place through our region. As you can see, most of us below that. We do have a slight chance of some showers tomorrow through the area. Better chance in Ellensburg and the Yakima area. So to recap, we've got mostly dry conditions tonight. Breezy winds tapering off, our scattered showers through the area tomorrow. That freeze warning in place tonight. I'll tell you exactly where that's at, and more mountain snow to come. Lots to get to coming up. Austin?
All right, Stacy. And for up-to-date First Alert weather information, including blogs, active alerts, the interactive radar, live sky cams, and more, head to our website, applevalleyNewsNow.com. There you can also download our app for Android or Apple iOS, get our QR code, and watch us on the go for Amazon Fire TV, Roku, Apple TV, and Android TV. A crash investigation on SR 240 near Hagen Road backing up rush hour traffic today. This crash happened just after 3:30. It appears it involved at least one vehicle. Authorities were also spotted inspecting the railroad crossing area near where the car was stopped. There is significant damage to the railroad tracks. The roads were closed for a short time, but emergency vehicles have left the scene and the roads are back open tonight. Other news now, if you heard a lot of celebrating coming from the direction of Pasco this morning, then you were hearing the sound of firefighters being celebrated. Apple Valley News Now's Monique Ledesma says all hats were off, but certain members were required to wear a new badge.
These empty seats right here quickly turned into the reason for the cheering crowd?
I, Gilberto Diaz.
Do hereby solemnly swear.
Do hereby solemnly swear.
That I will uphold the Constitution of the United States of America.
That I will uphold the Constitution of the United States of America.
4 men were all honored for their hard work and moving up the ladder in their firefighting career. Tim Harkins, Deputy Chief of Operations, Steve Austin, Captain Medical Service Officer, James McGrath, Captain Training Officer, and Gilberto Diaz, Lieutenant Assistant Training Officer. All 4 firefighters had their families as part of their transition ceremony.
I was very happy and I was very emotional, and that's just awesome. We're going to keep doing it, what we're doing. I'm very proud of him, and he's doing amazing, and I know he's going to keep doing more amazing things with his work.
Any kind of message that you would like to tell your dad within his new position?
I'm going to do what he is.
Chris Morton, Deputy Fire Chief for Support Service, says when it comes to who goes into what role, it's about having the right people in the right spots.
So we're constantly evaluating the positions, the workloads, and once we understand the needs of the department and the needs of the community, after that, we want to put the right people basically in the right seat and the right bus. That's kind of the slogan we have. So we found the team that we wanted, and we've got them in the right direction.
Diaz says his first call to serving others came in when he served on the front line with the Marines. Later, a certain siren rang in his ear.
In that reserve time frame, I'd always run right by my local fire station, Benton 2, Station 210. And one day I decided to pop by and just kind of speak to them, say hi. At the time, Captain Bates, now he's Chief Bates, pulled me in, pulled me through, showed me a tour, and by the end of it, I had an application in my hand and had a love and passion for the fireside.
How do you feel about your son saying he wants to be just like his dad when he grows up?
It makes me very proud. I mean, it makes me feel like I'm doing something right and that he wants to push forward into it. I'm definitely going to help him train and do what he needs to do, but I'm also not going to be hurt if later down the road he changes. I really just want to support them the best I can.
Diaz says with his new position, he plans to continue putting in the work.
Hoping I spend my time in training, build up some efficiencies, help the department get better where it needs to go, and then get back out to line with the crews and start working with them again.
Morton says that he's excited and looking forward to the growth within the fire department here in Pasco. Reporting in Pasco, Monique Ledesma, Apple Valley News Now.
All right, Monique, thank you for that. Well, in Oregon, the Oregon Department of the State Fire Marshal deployed an incident management team to North Carolina. The crew left this morning to help with the aftermath of Hurricane Helene. The North Carolina Emergency Operations Center says that 90 people are still missing and many communities remain inaccessible. The team is led by Incident Commander Ian Yoakum and includes an Operations Section Chief, a Plans Section Chief, and 3 Logistics Section Chiefs. The 6-person team will be working northeast of Asheville. The search tonight continues for 2 crew members aboard a Navy aircraft that crashed near Mount Rainier this week. The aircraft was located yesterday afternoon on a mountainside just east of Mount Rainier. The jet crashed in a remote area not accessible by motorized vehicles. The Navy says an emergency operations center has been established at Naval Air Station Whidbey Island to coordinate response efforts. Amazon and Energy Northwest announcing they are partnering to fund efforts to move toward development and deployment of small modular reactor technology in Washington state. It is to advance reliable energy across the Northwest. Energy Northwest tells us the SMR project has been in the works for a few years. They say the small reactor would be built on a site near the Columbia Generating Station. Officials say this project will also create more jobs.
We're expecting the construction jobs to be around 1,000 people or maybe higher at the peak. And then long-term jobs, anywhere from 100 to 200 long-term direct jobs.
Cullen also says there are efforts to bring some of the supply chain of this technology to the Tri-Cities. As for why build here, simple answer, the area is rich in nuclear knowledge. According to A Better Richland, a change could really be coming. The Benton County Auditor says the group collected enough signatures on the petition to bring it to the next step. This comes after last week. The group presented more than 3,800 signatures from Richland residents to the city clerk. Currently, all Richland City Council members are elected at large. The group wants districts to bring more representation across the city. With the signatures validated, that means it will go to the ballot for voters on an upcoming measure. This will not, however, be on the November ballot. Well, the Boys and Girls Club of Benton and Franklin counties are hosting a special guest for tonight's Dinner with Friends fundraiser. Apple Valley News Now's Dan Hansen spent the morning at the clubhouse hanging out with Michael Collins.
Comedian, professional caddy, and ESPN personality Michael Collins is in town to tour the Boys and Girls Club and is set to speak at the Dinner with Friends fundraiser at the Three Rivers Convention Center.
It is a place of hope.
As he steps into the Boys and Girls Club, Michael Collins says he's impressed. Growing up in Lancaster, Pennsylvania, Collins went to his local Boys and Girls Club just a few blocks from where he lived. He says he couldn't be more thankful because the Boys and Girls Club shaped him into the man he is now.
It allowed me to kind of flourish and allow my personality to be what it is today, which I probably should apologize to some of the counselors that were there for letting me be a class clown. And it was the same in school as well. But being around the Boys and Girls Club, it was a safe place where I could be me.
Collins says kids who end up at the Boys and Girls Club may not have a lot of hope, but a lot of the time, that changes once they get involved, because it opens up a new world they might not know about. CEO Brian Ace of the Boys and Girls Club of Benton and Franklin counties says the club wouldn't be around if not for community support and donations. The Dinner with Friends fundraiser is a way to involve the community, and having Collins there is a big help.
We get to bring the community together to hear about Boys and Girls Club, but also engage with a great speaker, to laugh a little, have some fun, and raise some money for clubs.
Ace says the clubhouse is supported entirely by community donations, and the goal at that dinner is to raise $500,000. What better way to achieve that goal by bringing in Collins, a club member and Boys and Girls Club Hall of Famer.
All I know is this is supposed to be a lot of people, which is going to be hard for me not to flip into comedy mode because you give me a microphone and a big crowd.
Dan Hansen, Apple Valley News Now.
All right, Dan, thank you for that. Apple Valley News Now live at 6 is just getting started. Still ahead tonight, we have an update this evening on Kennewick's Vista Field. Plus, within the hour, the leader of Hamas has been killed. It's a major development in the war between Israel and Hamas. Plus, Stacy's up next with your full First Alert forecast. We are monitoring a freeze warning. Stay tuned.
18 years, 32 years, 20 years,
35 years.
A job not only supports a family, but it gives you dignity. I'm Maria Beltran. With warehouses closing and hundreds of jobs lost, it's time we elect a fighter. Like so many of us, my family struggles to keep up with the cost of groceries and afford rent. Your family's struggles are my family's struggles. I'll work hard for you in Olympia.
Paid for by friends Maria Beltran. Here in Washington, we love the word "and," like socks and sandals, flannels and beanies, wheat fields and mountains. And now with FundHub WA, saving money and helping the climate. Find grants to bring resources and funds to your community. Get incentives to grow your business and transition to clean energy. And discover rebates that will save you money at home and on the go and reduce emissions. Find funding opportunities today at fundhub.wa.gov.
For 17 years, Senator Curtis King has delivered for you. That's why the media calls Curtis King the Republican in Olympia most likely to pass a bill. Senator King helped fund the Sozo Soccer Complex, giving local youth and adult soccer players a world-class recreational facility. Curtis King helped Perry Tech expand, providing thousands of local students with real-world skills, and he delivered funding for dozens of local road projects.
I'm Curtis King, and I'd appreciate your vote.
Jared Sessler is Mr. 30%. Sessler wants a 30% national sales tax on everything. New house? Under Sessler's plan, you pay 30% more. New car? 30% more. Bacon, eggs, milk? 30%. Healthcare, gas, electric, cell phone bills? You pay 30% more. Jared Sessler, Mr. 30%. Is there anything he won't tax? National Interest Action is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Night Ranger, live in concert, playing all their hits, plus deep cuts from their catalog. Night Ranger, live. Friday, November 15th, 8 p.m., Legends Casino Hotel Toppenish. Tickets at Ticketmaster and Legends Gift Shop. Do not miss Night Ranger, live. Friday, November 15th, Legends Casino Hotel Toppenish.
Jared Sessler's radical tax plan would make everything cost more.
Sessler backs a 30% sales tax on everything you buy.
And Sessler wants taxes and fees to make meat and other foods even more expensive.
Now we've learned that at the height of the border crisis,
Jared Sessler wanted to defund the Border Patrol.
Higher taxes and a weaker border, that's Jared Sessler.
More expensive for you,
less safe for all of us.
Unacceptable for Central Washington.
I'm Dan Newhouse, and I approve this message.
Next, E.T. Only we're with voice coach Snoop Dogg. Then, on-set exclusives.
Welcome to the set of Matlock.
Plus, Georgie and Mandy.
I do look like the emoji girl.
Next, E.T.
Tonight at 7 on Apple Valley News Now.
Fall colors. Fly the Northwest. Apple Valley News Now at 6 Tuesday.
We're back now with a follow-up, new at 6. You might have noticed some work going on at the Vista Field construction project lately. The most visible changes are happening at the 2 old airplane hangars that are being turned into an open-air pavilion. The project is expected to be finished just in time for Thanksgiving. That space can host many different kinds of public gatherings like art walks and live music.
You may have seen a sign on what I call Lot 15, and that is Kuki Izakaya put up their sign that they are going to start their construction on their Japanese restaurant probably mid-November. Progress is being made on the Southern Gateway Pavilion project, so the 2 former aircraft hangar buildings that are being turned into open-air pavilion space. They're installing some restrooms, and then they'll be putting a container down, a cargo container that will kind of act as a little stage.
And stay with us for updates. Other news tonight, winter is coming. At least that's according to the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration's Winter Outlook projections. Today, the Climate Prediction Center at the National Weather Service is giving us an idea of what we can expect to see in the season through their Winter Outlook projections. Maribel Gonzalez spoke to the experts.
After back-to-back hurricanes, it seems that some parts of our country are going to get a bit of relief from the severe weather this winter season. NOAA experts predict it will be warmer than normal for many, but there are exceptions.
This winter could look a little different than the last one.
Overall, we are expecting warmer than normal temperatures across the southern tier of the country.
Last year, the natural climate pattern known as El Niño, in addition to warming due to fossil fuel pollution, brought warmer winters in the south and cooler ones in the north, with less snow in much of the northeast and Midwest. This year, its counterpart, La Niña, could bring a warmer and drier south and a wetter north.
Above normal temperatures are more likely across the southern tier of the country, also northward along the eastern seaboard, with below normal temperatures favored for parts of the northern Rockies and northern plains.
But no 2 La Niña winters are the same, and their strength matters. The Climate Prediction Center forecasts this one to be a weaker event.
We would expect a more variable weather pattern. So you could go from warm and wet to cold and dry in a matter of 2 or 3 weeks.
And while El Niño and La Niña climate patterns help give us a good idea of what to expect, experts like Peter Goebel, climatologist at Colorado State University, says Mother Nature will have the ultimate say.
I like to use the analogy with El Niño, La Niña of it's like playing a game of cards or poker with a few extra aces in the deck. You might have an idea of how the deck is stacked, but it doesn't mean you know exactly what hand you're going to get.
Another major concern for the weaker La Niña forecasts are drier than normal conditions, potentially impacting parts of the south that are already dealing with drought. Reporting in LA, I'm Maribel Gonzalez.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Stacy Lee.
And we'll be shifting into La Niña here later into the fall. Wetter, colder in our neck of the woods anyway, if you didn't get that. 56 degrees right now. Our camera up on the Atlantic Ridge shaking a little bit breezier in the Yakima and Kittitas Valley. Light winds in the Columbia Basin, and those winds will start to decrease throughout the area. Temperature-wise, wow, we've got a big low dropping those temps from Salt Lake City all the way down to Phoenix. Now, for example, they're going to be about 20 to 25 degrees below normal. Their daytime high tomorrow, 77, so not too bad. But the cold air continues to drop down from from the north. In fact, freeze warnings in place. I'll step out of the way so you can see the purple areas: Dayton, Walla Walla, Pendleton, Yakima, Kittitas Valley, and even the Tri-Cities. We're going to be under that freezing level. Temperatures dropping into the 20s. Let's take a look at our weather pattern. There's that low bringing those colder temperatures down south, but we'll continue to bring that cold air in, and we see snow in the Cascades, especially in the northern portion, wet on the west side, and some of those stray showers. Whatever's left that doesn't drop in the Cascades could come our direction tomorrow. So let's take a look at Futurecast. It's being pretty generous on rain amounts. We're looking at a 10 to 20% chance of rain, but it's showing up. Here's the snow, as you can see in the Cascades. You get into Ellensburg and Yakima around lunchtime. We'll see some showers moving through. Most of those, if they make it, could hit Tri-Cities later in the afternoon, but more than likely we'll get rain shadowed out of that rain coming through the area. But there's a potential of a stray shower. Not going to be a big rainy day, just a little bit overcast. But once things clear out tomorrow, we've got lots of sunshine headed our way and a warm up just in time for the weekend. Timing of the showers again in the afternoon to the early evening for the most part, if we see anything. So 10 to 20% chance overall. Let's talk about the cold, though. It's chilly tonight. You're going to want your heater on. Grab the winter gear because those temperatures are chilly. Most of us sitting below the freezing level tonight. You want to bring in all your sensitive vegetation. Those could die tonight with those chilly temperatures. 50s and 60s tomorrow with the snow showers continuing across the Cascades. 50s for Yakima, Kittitas Valley. A little bit warmer here in the Columbia Basin in the low 60s. Dayton at 59. Now, if you're hitting the road, it's going to be a little unsettled this weekend. Widespread showers, mainly in the Cascades with even some snowflakes there. Gusty winds at times, and again, the mountain snow showers, something to keep an eye on. West side of the state going to be wet. It's going to be also wet and overcast for you in the Portland area, and towards Spokane, we have chances of rain later into the weekend, more towards Sunday. Here's that 7-day planning forecast. Again, look at the little warm up into the weekend there, but we get breezy and more rain coming in early next week. Tri-Cities looking good. I like those temperatures this weekend in the 70s. Breezy winds picking up Sunday into Monday with showers possible, and those chilly overnight lows again next week. Again, a brief warm up into the weekend for Ellensburg, making it close to 70, dropping from near 70 down to 58 between Sunday and Monday. So that's another cold front you'll see moving in after the weekend warm up. So we're kind of doing the temperature roller coaster for the next couple of days. Those breezy winds will accompany that cold front and bring some showers as well, with those chilly overnight lows mid next week. So tonight, again, the takeaway is the freeze warning in place for most of us. Even though the Tri-Cities is not included, we're going to get down below the freezing level tonight. So harvest the garden.
Yeah, and looking at that shot, where was that in the mountains?
Right, up at White Pass.
White Pass, yeah.
Just
crazy.
There was snow up there.
There was snow.
Not enough for skiing, but
no. But hey, it's still kind of exciting.
We're rooting it on.
Yes, we are. All right, we'll be back with more local news right after this.
Hi, I'm Deb Mangeris, and as a longtime CPA, I can assure you, Olympia needs to tighten its belt. That's why I'm running for the House of Representatives. I've been a Wapato resident and apple orchardist all my life, and I have been active for decades in my community, helping make this a better place to live. Now I want to represent you in Olympia, to bring common sense and hardworking values to the Capitol.
Join me November 5th in voting for Deb Mangeris.
Democrat candidate Maria Beltran led a liberal Seattle group that tried to defund police and allowed chaos and violence to take over the streets. Like Beltran, House candidates Anna Kennedy and Chelsea Demas oppose initiatives that would lower gas prices, end the capital income tax, and allow you to opt out of the expensive long-term care tax. Seattle liberals Maria Beltran, Anna Kennedy, and Chelsea Demas do not share your values and are too extreme for Central Washington.
Goodwill provides opportunities for those that might have barriers to employment.
Those barriers could be disabilities all the way up to recently incarcerated, and our job is to find a way to give these folks the skills to find gainful employment in the community.
We provide such a wide variety of training. Our ECC organizations can get somebody a job.
The relationships that are built through those programs gives these organizations a long-time employee if they so wish.
Goodwill, your Halloween headquarters. Apples are the pride of Washington's agricultural economy. When India put on the retaliatory tariff, we were basically dead in the market. Thanks to Maria Cantwell stepping in and getting that tariff removed, we're up to 2 million boxes and we're climbing steadily. It's a huge difference for the industry. Maria Cantwell is effective because she works with both parties to get things done for our industry.
I'm Maria Cantwell, and I approve this message because I'll keep taking on powerful interests to get things done.
I had surgery as a child that I barely remember. But decades later, the insurance company called that a pre-existing condition and denied me long-term care insurance. Washington State created a long-term care benefit to help millions of people like me afford the care we need. But I-2124 will take that benefit away, leaving millions with no way to get or afford long-term care. If it can happen to me, it can happen to anybody. That's why we all have to vote no on I-2124.
It's painfully obvious prices have been going up. Inflation is crushing American families, and inflation only has one cause.
Inflation in the United States is made in Washington and nowhere else. The real tax on the American people is what government spends.
And Dan Newhouse has voted for trillions of dollars in spending. As your congressman, I will vote against massive spending bills. Because Americans can't afford a new house. I'm Jared Sussler, and I approve this message.
Back now with a quick health alert for you. New research suggesting a popular birth control method may come with a slightly higher risk of breast cancer. The study showed a 40% higher risk of breast cancer for women using IUDs, about 14 cases for every 10,000 women. Researchers stress the overall risk remains low, but it does support earlier research linking hormonal birth control usage with an increased risk of breast cancer. The area's only live and local news at 6:30 is coming right up. More local headlines and weather.
Yes, a chilly night ahead. I'll give you all the deets coming up.
Judy Justice.
And I'm just getting started.
Weekdays at 4 on Apple Valley News Now.
18 years, 32 years, 20 years, 35 years.
A job not only supports a family, but it gives you dignity. I'm Maria Beltran. With warehouses closing and hundreds of jobs lost, it's time we elect a fighter. Like so many of us, my family struggles to keep up with the cost of groceries and afford rent. Your family's struggles are my family's struggles. I'll work hard for you in Olympia.
Paid for by friends Maria Beltran.
I've always had an eye for opportunity. As a kid, I was hustling, selling candy, mowing lawns, you name it. That drive never left me. The first time I tasted crumble, it was clear to me this was more than just a cookie. From that moment, I knew this was a chance to bring the taste of something new to our neighborhood. But I couldn't do it alone. That's where Happel came in. With their support, I was able to secure the loan that brought Crumble to our community. Where do you credit union?
For 17 years, Senator Curtis King has delivered for you. That's why the media calls Curtis King the Republican in Olympia most likely to pass a bill. Senator King uses those relationships to do things like fund a new swimming pool in Yakima's MLK Park and helped Heritage University in the Lower Valley grow. Curtis King helped Toppenish Astria Hospital keep their doors open. And he delivered funding for Pasco's Lewis Street project.
I'm Curtis King, and I'd appreciate your vote.
Here in Washington, we love the word and, like socks and sandals, flannels and beanies, wheat fields and mountains. And now with FundHub WA, saving money and helping the climate. Find grants to bring resources and funds to your community. Get incentives to grow your business and transition to clean energy. And discover rebates that will save you money at home and on the go and reduce emissions. Find funding opportunities today at fundhub.wa.gov.
Walker's Furniture is kicking off their Veterans Sale early this week at all locations with some of the biggest store-wide savings of the year, including a double sales tax discount or no money down, no minimum purchase, no interest financing for up to 5 years.
Living rooms to bedrooms, dining sets to mattresses. Save big and make your home a space that everyone can enjoy.
And with a double sales tax discount, it's the perfect time to get your home ready for the holidays.
During the Veterans Day sale kickoff at Walker's.
Dirty tactics and lies have become a staple of American politics. But I'm not a regular politician. I'm Jared Sessler, and I approve this message. Dan Newhouse is spending millions of dollars to spread outright lies about me. President Trump needs an ally in Congress who will join his fight to lower taxes, fix the economy, and restore traditional American values. I've been endorsed by President Trump and the House Freedom Caucus, but more importantly, I'm endorsed by you, the people, who handed me a decisive victory in the August primary. So vote for the conservative we deserve.
It's time for Home Ice Advantage. The Kraken are back in the deep. See how the team is shaping up early in the new season. Watch free, live from Climate Pledge Arena. Kraken, Flyers, pregame at 6:30 tonight on MeTV.
Coming up tomorrow on Good Morning Northwest, we'll have an update on the Navy fighter jet that crashed in Yakima County. Plus, we let you know what local activities are happening this weekend. You can catch all of your news and weather right here Friday morning from 5 to 7.
This is Apple Valley News Now at 6:30 on your side.
Welcome back. This is the region's only live and local news at 6:30 p.m. Austin Reed with Stacy Lee, and we always do weather first at 6:30.
That's right. And grab your coat, your gloves, your scarf, your mittens. You're going to need them. It's going to be cold tonight. Let's take a live look outside right now. Beautiful sunset. This is Pasco, our Dust Devil Sky Cam. 60 degrees, traffic moving along. Our winds have decreased and died down in the Tri-Cities. They'll start to calm down in the Yakima and the Kittitas Valley a little bit later. Temperatures elsewhere around the region, everybody down in the 50s, but get ready. We're going to start seeing chilly temps. This was the look today at White Pass. Check it out. That's known as High Camp, which is at 6,500 feet. They had a dusting of snow, maybe an inch or two there. Not enough to ski, but yes, it makes us hopeful for that season coming. Mostly clear and cold tonight. Look at these temperatures. We've got freeze warnings in place. Almost everybody down below the freezing level with the exception of the Dalles. We also are tracking a slight chance of some showers through the area tomorrow, although very low chance and very light accumulation there. Mostly dry, breezy tonight. Those winds will start to die down. We have scattered showers possible tomorrow. Freeze warning in effect. I'll show you exactly where that's going to be. And get ready, there's another round of mountain snow coming to the Cascades. I'll tell you all about it coming up. Austin?
All right, Stacy, thank you so much. We'll check in with you in just a bit. Well, in focus at last night's City Council meeting, the Pasco Aquatic Center. But as Apple Valley News Now's Toby Solvang tells us, some of the council members had some concerns.
At the Pasco City Council meeting last night, the facilities director explained the long-term plan for the Pasco Aquatic Center. There have been some changes made, like creating a bigger indoor space. 60% of the center will now be indoors. There's going to be affordable party rooms and universal changing rooms, but they're still in the process of choosing all the amenities for the project.
That Linwood and Snohomish feature significantly in the models of the type of facility that we're going to be able to do in Pasco.
And just, I'm just sensing some concern that maybe, that it's too small or maybe undersized or not all the amenities that the public may be, looking for.
Remember that this is by definition a regional facility. This is also a facility that the city of Pasco is paying for with the sales tax. It is not coming from sales tax of Richland and Kennewick.
So there are different phases that the project will go through, but groundbreaking is set for January 2025, and the center is planned to be open by April of 2026. Toby Solvang, Apple Valley News Now.
All right, Toby, thank you. Staying in Pasco, the city is gearing up for this weekend's Taco Sprint. The Taco Boss says this is a great opportunity for people across the region to experience many different flavors of the city. It takes place in downtown Pasco near Peanuts Park. There are 6 walkable taco locations, and the money raised stays local to help the youth in our community.
We really love supporting Boys and Girls Clubs. We love their mission. We love that every dollar that we raise stays in Pasco at the Pasco Clubhouse. We think that's really important to benefit the community that we're in right now. And we just really love everything they do for those kiddos.
And our very own Stacy Lee will be out there this weekend as well. Just get a $15 stamp card at the farmers market. The event starts at noon. It goes till 7 p.m. this Saturday, October 19th. So far, the Taco Crawl Committee has been able to raise more than $70,000. Heading to Yakima, a new ordinance has been approved by the City Council this week. It will prohibit operation and possession of a shopping cart on public rights-of-way and in parks and allow for immediate seizure of the shopping cart. A person violating this ordinance would be subject to a civil infraction with a fine of $50.
If a store or a business has an identified cart, they will receive written notice of impoundment, and they will have 14 days to retrieve that cart. So if a store does not have an identified cart, they will not receive notice that they can retrieve it, but they will receive the cart collection fee.
Now, the city could already immediately impound most abandoned carts, but the amended language now makes it clearer. Owners are still exempt from the fee if they have previously installed locking devices on their carts. We're following a major developing story around the world tonight. Today, Israeli Defense Forces confirmed the death of Hamas leader Yahya Sinwar. Officials say that Sinwar's identity was confirmed through DNA testing and dental records. His body was spotted in the rubble of a building that was struck by an Israeli tank in Gaza early Thursday. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said there are no signs that hostages were harmed on the mission that left the former leader dead. It is unclear how the killing could impact ceasefire and hostage negotiations. We have a consumer alert for you tonight. The mortgage rates are on the rise again after a short reprieve. Today, Freddie Mac said this week's average rate on a standard 30-year mortgage was 6.44%. Rates have increased for 3 weeks in a row and are now well above the 2-year low seen last month. Economists say that higher rates reflect strength in the economy, notable in the housing market. Mortgage rates are still more than 1 percentage point lower compared to 1 year ago. Check your fridge and freezers. There's an important food recall to tell you about tonight. Ready-to-eat meat producer Bruce Pack has expanded its recall of meat and poultry products from last week. It now includes more products and production dates after the U.S. Department of Agriculture said routine testing found Listeria bacteria in the food. The recalled products include salads, wraps, pasta bowls, burritos, enchiladas, and many other ready-made frozen and family meals. In Washington state, what better place than a transportation hub to try an innovative form of transportation? The Seattle-Tacoma Airport has a new option for passengers who have trouble walking. They're wheelchairs. They drive themselves. Maddie White takes a closer look.
What do you think about this?
I don't know. I just tore my meniscus, so this is all new to me.
Walking long distances just isn't an option for some travelers. So this one's buckling up.
Boy.
But this time around,
I just can't miss my flight.
she's riding solo.
And then I'll confirm.
The future is here at SeaTac Airport
To get you going straight to your gate C-15.
where Alaska Airlines has a new pilot program.
We're testing 10 total autonomous wheelchairs.
Located only in their hometown airport.
We've supported about 3,000 trips.
The electric wheelchairs are developed by a company called Will.
Excuse me. Please step aside. Somebody blocks your way, it will stop.
Alaska Airlines' Kelly Buchanan calls them an enhancement.
Well, sometimes when you have limited mobility, it can feel like a little bit of a loss of independence. And this gives you the ability to have that independence.
She didn't share how much they cost, but did say
They're not outrageously costly. And this chair will come back here by itself. Okay. Okay. You ready to go now?
a flight attendant posted a video to social media of the chairs coming back by themselves.
Not because wheelchairs going by.
She says she's worried they'll replace jobs of wheelchair escorts.
Just worried for those people. Hopefully it's just in addition to and not replacing.
Right now, it is in addition to.
We'll continue to have individuals that will be providing that support throughout the airport.
That was Maddie White reporting. The future is here, right? Buchanan also says the airline knows the chairs won't be the best option for everyone. Still ahead on Apple Valley News Now, live at 6:30. Stacey Lee returns with a look at our first alert weather forecast. The weekend is getting closer and we have a freeze warning getting ready to go into effect. Details next.
Baltimore battles Tampa Bay Monday Night Football on Apple Valley News Now.
To celebrate the Kraken on Apple Valley News Now, we're giving you a chance to win Kraken swag. To enter, click on contests at applevalleynewsnow.com. One person each month wins the swag from Yakima Federal Savings and Loan, Legends Casino Hotel, and Prosser Memorial Health.
As a Trump-endorsed candidate for Congress against Dan Newhouse, I knew I'd be attacked from multiple fronts. But some of the lies my opponents have been spreading are downright ridiculous. So let's settle the beef. I'm a cattle-raising, gun-carrying, brisket-loving conservative, and I believe in the American dream. I believe in lower taxes and that our farms and ranches make us prosperous and more secure. Eastern Washington deserves a representative that is honest and transparent. So vote for the conservative we deserve. I'm Jared Sessler, and I approve this message.
I have two options for you to take a look at. When it's time for an update or complete remodel.
Just watch yourself there. So here, guys, we're going to rip everything down to the stud.
Rebath is with you every step of the way, from design and products to removal and installation.
Okay, what do you guys think?
We handle the entire process to create a beautiful and functional bathroom for whatever your life needs. Rebath, with you every step of the way. Call us or visit rebath.com and save $1,000 off your complete bathroom remodel.
Discover a level of comfort you never thought possible. Discover stressless seating at Meredith Furniture. Designed to harmonize with your body's natural movements, it's the premier destination for relaxation and rejuvenation. Right now, take 10% off all stressless recliners, sofas, tables, and ottomans. Meredith Furniture at 1st and Washington in front of Hobby Lobby.
I felt like there was just no answers to get out of the anxiety and the depression that I had.
Introducing Neurostim TMS, Washington's leading provider of transcranial magnetic stimulation, or TMS therapy. TMS is not shock therapy. It's an FDA-approved, easy outpatient experience and covered by all major medical insurances.
There's nothing better than just being able to enjoy life again.
Reach out to Neurostim TMS today and rediscover the light and joy in your life.
Dear Unleashed, no one knows the feeling of freedom quite the way you do. But damned if we don't come really, really close. Let's break the chain. Yours, Tundra.
Right now, you can lease a new 2024 Tundra for just $469 per month. Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota. Let's go places.
Hi, I'm Deb Mangeras, and as a longtime CPA, I can assure you, Olympia needs to tighten its belt. That's why I'm running for the House of Representatives. I've been a Wapato resident and apple orchardist all my life, and I have been active for decades in my community, helping make this a better place to live. Now I want to represent you in Olympia, to bring common sense and hardworking values to the Capitol.
Join me November 5th in voting for Deb Mangeras.
Well, check this out. A 42-year-old man in Washington state allegedly tried to light a tennis ball full of explosive powder before he was arrested. The incident happened after a police chase, and it was all caught on tape. Bridget Chavez brings us more.
Call the bomb squad.
This body camera footage from Bellevue police shows what happened when a man tried to light a bomb in the middle of I-90 Saturday morning on Mercer Island. This all started when a neighbor called in a suspicious vehicle near Enitai Beach in Bellevue. Officers responded and found a driver and a passenger slumped over and drug paraphernalia inside the car. Officers placed spike strips under the tires in case they tried to drive off, which they did.
He's still rolling.
The suspect's tires popped and a slow pursuit followed. This dash cam video from Washington State Patrol shows the moment a trooper does a pit maneuver to stop the car. The suspect jumps out of the car. This video has been slowed down, showing officers approaching the suspect. Police say the man was holding a bomb in one hand and a lighter in the other.
To me, it looked like trying to strike a match.
Bellevue Police Chief Wendell Shirley says officers had to make a split-second decision.
They really put their lives on the line for this community.
Officers wrestled the suspect to the ground and arrested him, just as the bomb rolled away.
Oh, he has like a bomb. Hold on. We're trying to make sure everybody's safe. He'll be held accountable, but it's our job at that point to make sure everybody's safe from that situation.
Get him away.
Wendell says if the device had detonated, it would have caused severe damage.
I
soon as you can, back away. IED.
And officers found a second device in the suspect's car.
I can tell you there probably would have been some very serious injuries there, if not death.
And that was Bridget Chavez reporting 2 more explosive devices were later found inside the black sedan. The passenger denied knowing anything about the explosives.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Stacy Lee.
And it was a mild day, but you definitely feel the cooler air, and you feel it now. 60 degrees right now. Our Legends Casino Skycam, purple colors out there. Beautiful sunset. The sunset officially at 6:05. The cooling trend is here. In fact, it's impacting most of the West Coast. They've been having heat waves in Vegas to Phoenix. Well, now, guess what? It's cooling down, and we'll continue to see that cool air spilling in from the Alaska area. Freeze warning in place tonight through tomorrow morning for the Yakima and Kittitas valleys all the way down to the Dalles. And if I move to the side, you can also see the foothills of the Blues, Pendleton, Walla Walla, and Dayton included into this. Again, this is the freeze warning officially. Temperatures dropping as low as 28. You want to protect your sensitive vegetation or harvest the final fruits of your labor in your garden tonight. Here's what it looks like tomorrow. That weather pattern continues to bring moisture in from the Gulf of Alaska. We're going to see some snow showers, mainly in the Cascade Mountains, all the way down to about Mount Adams, and then it starts to dry up after that with some scattered residual showers, if anything's left, after hitting the Cascades. Here's what Futurecast is saying. It's being pretty generous as far as the rain goes. We see it coming in. You see the snow showers here around lunchtime, so rain possible around lunchtime in the Yakima Kittitas Valley. As we get to a little more to the east here into the Tri-Cities, that's when the rain's going to kind of dry up. So it's a hit or miss rain shower there with a little bit of unsettled, unstable weather there over the night Friday into your Saturday morning. But as you wake up Saturday, you're going to have clear skies with sunshine and warmer temperatures. So Saturday is looking to be rather lovely. Here's what it's looking like as far as rain times tomorrow, with the potential for light showers between most of us in the afternoon. Tonight, clear, cold with light winds. We're in the 30s all through the area. Some of us dropping into the 20s like Pendleton, Sunnyside, and Ellensburg. Tomorrow, look for scattered showers, cooler temperatures, 50s and 60s, so nice and mild, but we'll see some clearing skies later on. If you're hitting the road, it's going to be a little unsettled, some wind to deal with in the gorge, widespread showers, more mountain snow showers also throughout the weekend. Let's see what we've got for your travel forecast. Going to be wet on the west side. If you like rain, go to Seattle this weekend. Portland is going to be a little overcast with some showers possible there, especially on Sunday. And if you're heading up north towards the Spokane area this weekend, you'll see temperatures on the cool side with overcast conditions. Here's that 7-day planning forecast. Going to warm up into the 70s over the weekend. Then we'll see the breezy winds and another cold front coming in with temperatures dropping down once again. Enjoy those 70s here in the Tri-Cities. They will go away on Monday and Tuesday. Again, another cold front moving into the area with some chilly overnight lows. Active weather in Ellensburg. Slight chance of showers there tomorrow. Those gusty to breezy winds Sunday into Monday with the big cold front also moving through the region. Here's Walla Walla looking nice over the weekend. Look at Sunday. Other than the breezy winds in the afternoon, that should be a lovely day in Walla Walla. Monday, they'll look for those showers with those breezy to gusty winds. Hermiston also going to have a beautiful weekend in the 70s. Again, cooling down Monday with some chilly overnight lows later into the week. So fall's here. We're still doing a temperature roller coaster, but definitely going to be a cold one tonight, so bundle up.
I am experiencing my first October here in the Tri-Cities Yakima Valley.
What do you think so far?
Well, it's beautiful. I like it.
Yeah.
The question is, do we see these really cold temperatures around this time generally?
I mean, typically it's not too far off to see the freeze happening now. Our typical first frost is somewhere in the first part of October, so we're a little late actually this year.
A little late. All right, good to know. Thank you, Stacey. We are back with what's trending, including a story about Foreigner.
Yes.
Stay tuned.
It's painfully obvious prices have been going up. Inflation is crushing American families, and inflation only has one cause.
Inflation in the United States is made in Washington and nowhere else. The real tax on the American people is what government spends.
And Dan Newhouse has voted for trillions of dollars in spending. As your congressman, I will vote against massive spending bills. because Americans can't afford a new house. I'm Jared Sussler, and I approve this message.
I had surgery as a child that I barely remember. But decades later, the insurance company called that a pre-existing condition and denied me long-term care insurance. Washington State created a long-term care benefit to help millions of people like me afford the care we need. But I-2124 will take that benefit away, leaving millions with no way to get or afford long-term care. If it can happen to me, it can happen to anybody. That's why we all have to vote no on I-2124.
The leaves are falling, and so are the prices at Overturf Kia. The new 2025 Kia Sportage gives you 3 great ways to save fuel. Available with a fuel-efficient gas engine, a gas-electric hybrid, or as a plug-in hybrid electric vehicle. A new 2025 Kia Sportage with all-wheel drive starts at just $30,935. Plus, get 3.99% interest for up to 72 months. Overturf Kia at the base of the Blue Bridge in Kennewick.
Now is the time for a new bath from Bathfitter. Every Bathfitter bath is installed quickly, safely, and beautifully with a lifetime warranty. Go from old to new, from worn to wow. The beautiful bath you've always wanted, done right, installed by one expert technician, all in one day. We've been creating moments like these for 35 years, and we're here to help you get started. Book your free virtual or in-home design consultation today.
Liberal Democrats Maria Beltran, Anna Kennedy, and Chelsea Demas support even no questions asked late-term abortions. They oppose measures that would lower taxes, make gas cheaper, and let you take home more of your paycheck. They would make your streets less safe, raise your gas prices, and encourage your children to disrespect faith, family, and America. Seattle liberals Maria Beltran, Anna Kennedy, and Chelsea Demas do not share your values and are too extreme for Central Washington.
Apples are the pride of Washington's agricultural economy. When India put on the retaliatory tariff, we were basically dead in the market. Thanks to Maria Cantwell stepping in and getting that tariff removed, we're up to 2 million boxes and we're climbing steadily. It's a huge difference for the industry. Maria Cantwell is effective because she works with both parties to get things done for our industry.
I'm Maria Cantwell, and I approve this message because I'll keep taking on powerful interests to get things done.
Fall colors. Fly the Northwest. Apple Valley News Now at 6 Tuesday.
Time for what's trending, and we start tonight with this.
There you go. The kids from Southridge High School Choir performed last night on stage with legendary rock band Foreigner. Great show. That officially was Foreigner's last official show, as the band is going to be retiring. Now they're also being inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. The induction ceremony will happen this Saturday in Cleveland, Ohio. Along with Foreigner, also being inducted this year are Mary J. Blige, Cher, Dave Matthews Band, Peter Frampton, Kool and the Gang, Ozzy Osbourne, and A Tribe Called Quest. So good stuff. Those kids, I ran into a few of them after the show and said, good job, we loved it. So it was an excellent show. I had really good seats, though.
Yeah, and it was packed, too, right?
It was packed. I don't know if it was sold out, but it was a full arena last night, so good stuff.
All right. Hey, Minnie Mouse has a brand new gig.
That's right. She's finally been invited to the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. The beloved Disney character will get her own 60-foot balloon, joining Mickey, who's been a parade participant since 1934. What took so long, guys? As well as Pluto, Donald Duck, and Goofy. Macy's says it's been a long-held dream to bring Minnie's character to life, and it's the perfect time, both the parade and Minnie approaching the centennial status. Macy's parade debuted back in 1924. Minnie's character came to life a few years later in 1928. The parade will be November 28th in New York City. Always a must-watch on Thanksgiving morning.
Oh, yep, it's a tradition at our house.
Gotta do it.
Yeah, the kids are always like, look at the balloons. I want to take them one year.
One of these days.
One of these, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, we will be back with final weather next.
Greetings, Bill Nye here. Reading this is easy, right? Your brain is actually doing something called orthographic processing, recognizing letters and words. It's science. But take a look at Initiative 2117. It's written to confuse you. The mega millionaires behind it don't want you to know it will mean more air pollution, threaten clean water, and put our health at risk. You don't have to be a science guy to know that 2117 is a bad deal for Washington.
This October, Pingree Ford is driving change with our K9 Foundation sales event. For every vehicle sold, we're donating $200 to support our local K9 heroes. On Saturday, October 19th, join us from 1 to 3 p.m. for exciting K9 demonstrations and a chance to grab your very own plush K9. Every sale supports the foundation. You can also use this QR code to donate directly from home. Join us in supporting this great cause and feel the power of Pingree.
Jared Sessler is Mr. 30%. Sessler wants a 30% national sales tax on everything. New house? Under Sessler's plan, you pay 30% more. New car? 30% more. Bacon, eggs, milk? 30%. Healthcare, gas, electric, cell phone bills? You pay 30% more. Jared Sessler, Mr. 30%. Is there anything he won't tax? National Interest Action is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Welcome to Nob Hill Casino in Yakima. Experience the thrill of our Vegas-style casino, featuring the friendliest dealers in town. Join our Players Club and earn exciting rewards. Enjoy games like Blackjack, Pai Gow, and High Card Flush. While you're here, don't forget to unwind with a drink at our cozy bar or enjoy a meal from our restaurant. Come discover Yakima's ultimate entertainment destination, Nob Hill Casino, where the locals play.
Walker's Furniture is kicking off their veteran sale early this week at all locations with some of the biggest store-wide savings of the year, including a double sales tax discount or no money down, no minimum purchase, no interest financing for up to 5 years.
Living rooms to bedrooms, dining sets to mattresses. Save big and make your home a space that everyone can enjoy.
And with a double sales tax discount, it's the perfect time to get your home ready for the holidays.
During the Veterans Day sale kickoff at Walker's.
For 17 years, Senator Curtis King has delivered for you. That's why the media calls Curtis King the Republican in Olympia most likely to pass a bill. Senator King helped fund the Sozo Soccer Complex, giving local youth and adult soccer players a world-class recreational facility. Curtis King helped Perry Tech expand, providing thousands of local students with real-world skills. And he delivered funding for dozens of local road projects.
I'm Curtis King, and I'd appreciate your vote.
Judy Justice.
And I'm just getting started.
Weekdays at 4 on Apple Valley News Now.
We have a world-famous viewer photo of the day.
That's right. Our very own Toby Solvang stepped outside of our studio. Look at that. It is the harvest supermoon. Now, it peaked this morning, but it will appear full tonight. Good job, Toby. Look at that picture. Good stuff. So submit your weather photos, QR code on the right side of your screen, or simply go to applevalleynewsnow.com. Click on the weather tab. It'll take you right to the landing screen. All right, let's give you the bottom line. We've got frigid temperatures tonight, our first major freeze warning of the season. We warm up briefly for the weekend, and then we see showers and cooler temperatures return. Here's what it looks like tomorrow morning. It's going to be a cold one, especially your early morning at the bus stop. Bundle the kiddos out. It's time to drag out that winter gear. Here's what a 7-day planning forecast looks like for Tri-Cities and Yakima. Again, a nice little warm up into the weekend, and then we cool right back down with some chilly overnight lows again coming our way after tonight into next week. Here's what it looks like for Walla Walla and Hermiston. So I'm going to just enjoy those 70s this weekend.
Yes, that will feel very good.
I'm going to put on my warmest pajamas tonight, though.
There you go. Yep. All right. Thanks for joining us, everybody. Austin Reed with Stacey Lee. Hoping your news is good news. We're back at 11.
You have a great night.